in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the SMU Mustangs, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Mustangs about to kick it away and get this season started. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Handoff to the lone back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. What does a top 5 ranking mean for week 1? Optimism, hope, maybe, David, an excuse for the other team's fans to rush the field if they knock you off?
Well, it means, first of all, absolutely nothing, because preseason rankings don't show up anywhere at the end of the season, but it means this team is talented. It means they're thought of highly. They got to go earn it, Jesse, and it starts today, but the talent obviously is all over the field.
The number in the preseason rankings means absolutely nothing. You saw Florida State recently start in the top 10. They won 2 games by the end of the year. So you've got to go earn it. Yes, you're talented. Yes, a lot of eyeballs are going to be watching you, and people are really excited. You've got an opportunity to do things really that are special this season, but you've got to earn it on the field.
And the Buckeyes will hustle to the line.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield on 1st down. Completes it in the middle. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting. Just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
They'll try to pick up this 3rd down and keep the drive moving close to midfield. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't complete the bullet pass on 3rd down. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's got it in more than enough for a 1st down. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Quick handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Give to the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front seven, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
10th play of the drive coming up, at this time a chance for the defense to get off the field on 3rd and long. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Going right and going deep. And to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
On the run from inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Handoff from the shotgun. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. To the air on 2nd down. The short hands, it's Merritt. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
And the Mustangs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. He leaves it with his back. And a short gain on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the first. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Finds his man. It's Merritt. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
On target to the left. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. The Mustangs in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the flag, 1st and 15 for this offense. that gets the gift. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. And the Mustangs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to go up top. On the run, still looking. Pulls it in. It's Jefferson. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Merritt. Hard-hitting tackle.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Makes the grab. It's Jefferson. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Sweet cut there. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, SMU.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Here's a heat. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Mustangs will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Punt is on its way. Put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line.
Ohio State Buckeyes will take over 1st and 10.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Buckeyes headed quickly to the line.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Now he's going to throw it all the way back across the field. Pulls it in on the left. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. After that big play, they're trying to pay it off right on the goal line. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. The Buckeyes are threatening on 1st and goal. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Making side adjustments here. He's looking to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. Trying to find the end zone. Gets it into the end zone, but there is a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. So that penalty will wipe away some strong red zone execution and take the score off the board. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs.
Let's go! Let's go!
They'll send the tight end in motion. They want to run it left here. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll send the back in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Flips it out to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. The defense trying to make a stand on 3rd and goal. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Unloads to the wideout. Wideout trying to get it in. They put it in the hands of their playmaking receiver, but he will be stopped short. It's 4th down. They'll immediately call timeout. Fourth and goal from the 2. Can they finish this drive?
Music note! Music note! Ready up!
Off play action. Touchdown Buckeyes! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Buys a little time. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some...
Picked off. What a play to set him up. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback now breaking the field. He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. They want to throw it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Got it! Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. The snap sets up the throw. And down he goes back at the 3. The offense will quickly use a timeout. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. It's good. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped.
And the SMU offense will take over. First and 10.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Got it in the middle. It's Cherry. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield goal first.
Good timing on the quick out. Good pickup, but a little bit short of the sticks. And the Mustangs moving quickly to the line. Wants to fire on second down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He's got it for a big play. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, SMU!
quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy.
Oh, and the extra point is blocked. He's got it, and he can go with it. Pass to 50. Pass to 30. 10. He takes it the distance, and you can give him 2.
Great job on special teams, getting penetration, getting the block. You've got the convoy. It's a scoop score, 2 points the other way.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard.
Ohio State Buckeyes will take over. 1st and 10.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but, David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tighter, cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? That incompletion brings up 3rd down for the offense. Now the play fake. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And the Buckeyes send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. That was a big stop by the defense. Now to see if they can take advantage and draw a little closer in this game as we're starting to get late.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Looking to fire. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Right on the money. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you could do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Turning it on. Oh, what a cut. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches, and this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quarterback floating away from pressure. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Intercepted deep in his own end. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Looking for a huge play. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Hand off from the gun. Got room to work. There he goes. The 50. The 40. The 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the 2nd level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
On the move from inside his 5. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3.
SMU 6.
Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Past the 1st down marker and still running. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. They'll ride the hot hand. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Caught near the sticks. It's Cherry. He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about. That penalty cost them a 3rd down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. A 3rd down try for the offense. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Flips it out in the flat. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
Well, the defense needs one more stop. They did a nice job not giving up a 1st down that last one, but with the lead late like this, one more stop, they're going to win this game.
The Mustangs will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they get it.
Breaks into the open. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Great job by the offense there, getting the first down on the ground, staying in bounds, too. So if you're on defense here, you might want to start thinking about using your timeouts. You've got 3 in your back pocket, but trailing, you've got to start using it.
The Buckeyes want to move quickly. Wants to adjust the pattern. Going to sling it on second down. Looking to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
3rd and goal, where the strong come through. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to get it in. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. This is hardly a surprise after converting their first 2 fourth-down attempts. They'll try it again. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Game 1, you want to come out, put drives like that together, score a bunch of points, and especially at home. Give your home crowd something to get excited about. They have today. They've been jacked up, and they're going to go 1-0.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. With the catch, it's Merritt. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Mustangs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. The Mustangs can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from. You try to grow.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. And make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Brings up
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Might as well give it to him again. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Well, that's going to make it a little tougher. It's 1st and 20. They'll move the tight end. Running back searching for a hole. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. Looks as if they're going to get the W behind a really good performance from their passing attack and maybe hold that edge in the rankings as well, fellas.
They're going to hold the edge. They're going to create some separation, too, I think, because of the throwing ability. This quarterback came into this game lighting it up. We knew in the preseason this guy had talent, but against an opponent like this, David, it's impressive to see his performance.
Well, it's one thing to have talent, but to get all the talent with the new pieces every single year to work together, this passing attack looks like they're going to be formidable. And now you already got that one top 25 win for the resume to keep building throughout this season.
Punch it out of the air. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Here we go, sack.
They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line.
22, water.
Looking to throw on 1st down. They're working that left side.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games, and we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here comes the heat. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is complete. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse